Hi, I'm Paul Cooney, president of Shamrock Consulting Group. Shamrock Consulting Group is a telecom agent, which not everyone knows what that is. What is a telecom agent? A telecommunications agent is a carrier-neutral company or agent that deals with over 150 carriers, which is what's in our portfolio, for carriers like AT&T, CenturyLink, Level 3, Verizon, XO, Telepacific. The list goes on and on. A lot of companies deal with individual carriers in their portfolio of different vendors, and they have maybe 6 to 10 each at their location. What a telecom agent does is it provides one single source and major efficiencies for dealing with one team instead of many to get the same results. And so Shamrock Consulting Group is a telecom agent that covers every industry from telecommunications, core telco like local lines, voice, data, cloud, data centers, and new technologies like SD-WAN and virtualization. So as Shamrock enters its 10th year of business, and I personally have been in the telecom industry since 1999, I realized a few common themes. The two main ones are that IT leadership are stressed for two things: time and resources. So Shamrock was founded to tackle the unique challenges of enterprise IT organizations. If you look at how an enterprise IT organization works, from the CIO, VP, IT manager level, they're dealing with a lot. Lots of unique challenges, lots of vendors, lots of people who want to sap their time and resources. For example, it could be set up where you have local traditional phone service, POTS lines, PRIs from AT&T and Verizon. There's two vendors right there. You have data center, maybe it's with Switch or CoreSite or PhoenixNAP. You have MPLS, it could be with CenturyLink, maybe it's with XO, maybe it's with Level 3. You have cloud, maybe that's AWS and Azure. So just what I listed is a lot of different vendors. It's not only different vendors, but different contracts, different pricing, different terms, different processes, different sales reps who want to come and have lunch. They want to meet and talk about your strategy. It's a lot to handle. And what Shamrock does is become the firewall between you and the vendors. We're not blocking you from ever talking to them. We become one single source for pricing, contract repositories, different visionary ideas on brainstorming, on whiteboarding. But the difference is that we are unique where we aren't pushing one particular carrier. If you work for a carrier, you're very myopic in the way you think about things. Our approach for each of those, again, whether it's data center, cloud, traditional voice, we look at it, we take a step back and say, what are the goals, objectives, where do we want to be, and how are we going to get there? And we are completely vendor neutral, where we'll end up getting 3, 4, 5, 7, sometimes 10 different bids for a different project, depending on what the requirements are. So our goal is to eliminate the hassle of dealing with different people, different contracts, different processes, different ways to staff your time, and give you guys one team to hit all those different vendors out of one place, one portal, and have us help you guys manage all those relationships together. And that's one of the major values that Shamrock brings to enterprise IT organizations. There's 5 main issues that enterprise IT leadership has brought up to Shamrock over the years. These 5 are, number 1, this is related to all of their different vendors they deal with on a daily basis. One are just simply too many sales reps. They have too many projects and too many reps that they need, but it's just too much, and they can't deal with the attention that each rep needs. The second is turnover. Of each of those reps, let's say there are 6. Each of those 6 at some point is going to turn over. The average turnover on a direct sales team is around 18 months. And also, if you think about it, even if they're a very good sales rep, they're going to be promoted to manager, or they'll want to be an IT overlay. If they're bad, they get fired. If they're very good, they get promoted. Or a lot of times it's outside of their control, where the top of the organization will move different segments based on spend or size of however big your company is. The third is objectivity. By the nature of being on the direct side, you are an objective. You're myopic in what you've been taught, what you've been trained on. You are selling your product. You're not there consulting on the broader range of the product field. The fourth is pricing. It's hard to know what the best price is when you're only seeing your price and dealing with your own organization. And the fifth is service. The biggest complaint, especially across large traditional telecommunications and IT companies, is the lack of service. Shamrock was created to hit those 5 points. One is that we have one account team, one rep for all these carriers together. And in terms of turnover, we have very, very low churn. It's less than 1%. But even if they do, let's say someone leaves our company that's your direct sales rep, you can replace one and you could hit all your carriers just with that one rep. So a very low turnover, but even if, worst case scenario, that ever changes and someone on our team leaves, right away that cascades to everything that we're already dealing with. The third is objectivity. Shamrock's whole core principle is that we're objective with the carriers that we look at. Whether it's a UCaaS project, for hosted PBX or a data center, we look at it completely agnostic, where our whole goal is to get you guys the best deal possible. And we look at it from not just a quantitative standpoint, from a dollars and cents standpoint, but from all the qualitative aspects of all the comparative analytics for whatever it could be for that product. We're going to compare everything possible, and we're going to go over pros and cons of each, and we'll give our recommendation, but the ultimate decision is always up to the customer. The fourth is pricing. We guarantee best pricing possible. We've never been beat on price. We can go against another partner. We can go up against you sourcing it yourself, or up against a direct team. We absolutely have never been beat on pricing. It's actually part of our agreements with every carrier that we work with. And the last is service. The biggest complaint, especially from traditional telecom, without mentioning any names, but we all know who they are, it's always been service. And that's something that we strive to do, is give the best service possible. It's something that personally I'm very proud of, and I hope you see it too if you ever work with us on any projects. So across my years in IT, I noticed that products change, but IT challenges don't. So if you're an enterprise client that can benefit from working with essentially a free addition to your team, being a carrier neutral partner, working with, again, over 150 carriers, we'd love to hear from you. So email us or call us or send a fax or a pigeon, however it gets here, snail mail. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to discuss your next project and see how we could possibly work together.